Greetings and welcome to Nathan Lyle Official. If you've never seen my face in a video before, my name is Nathan Lyle. This is my personal channel where I do vlogs, reviews, and anything else that's happened to catch my fancy. And if you want to avoid spoilers, please click off this video. I will not be able to avoid spoilers. But if you choose to watch, listen, these are all just opinions, alright? This is one man's opinion. I'm going to be talking about the 2026 Royal Rumble, which I literally just watched. Like, it just ended right now, and I have some thoughts. Let's talk about the women's match. Now, my opinion might change once I've had time to sit with it just a little bit. Wasn't quite as memorable as some others. I'm disappointed I didn't see Bianca return, but one thing I did call, Brie came back. I'm happy to see that. There seemed to be some tension between Kyrie and Asuka. I mean, I'm wondering. The only thing that I can really say is, number one, really hope that they follow through on a couple of those storylines, especially because one, Roxanne, she did incredibly well in the Royal Rumble last year, finished runner-up, and she went on a tear. She's had a good year, so I'm hoping, is that what's going to happen with Soul? Can we see her moving up to the main roster? See her getting more involved in the company? That would be great. I'd love it. Secondly, most importantly, Liv Morgan, like the biggest. Once again, I did say there would be spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, it's your fault for sticking around this long. Liv Morgan winning, it wasn't necessarily shocking or even upsetting, but it's something that, like, it makes sense story-wise because she's been in literally every single Royal Rumble. She's finished top 3 like 4 years in a row now. Plus, she has been doing great since she came back from her last injury. The only thing that I can't get out of my head is just the thought that, what's the story? She doesn't have much history, I think, with Jade. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think there would be a banger match, but what's the story? And then, with Stephanie, what's going on there? Stephanie does have some history with the Judgment Day, but it's mostly going with her and Raquel, which makes me wonder, with Liv eliminating Raquel obviously not happy about that. Could we get a surprise plot twist that, okay, Stephanie and Raquel face, Raquel wins the title, and then that leads to a Judgment Day implosion with Raquel versus Liv at WrestleMania for the title? That would be interesting. I can see that happening. If it doesn't happen, you know what? Liv versus Stephanie, that would be a great title match too. They're both talented athletes, but I mean, there are lots of different people who get different things out of wrestling. I'm here for the drama. I'm definitely in that mindset. It's a daytime soap opera with slightly less sex and slightly more punches being thrown. So that's what I'm looking at when it's like, what's the story? What are we doing here with this? I have no problem with Liv winning, but what's the build? There's not really much there with her and Jade, which is why I'm still hopeful for Bianca to come back. If she's not back by Elimination Chamber, I don't know when she's coming back, either WrestleMania or SummerSlam. I don't know. I know Bianca at some point in time will return, but until then, because I don't know who, because if it's not Bianca, I feel like Tiffany is the best matchup for Jade. Tiffany or Rhea. At least as far as, like, because they match each other for power. And as far as talent level, Jade has definitely grown in her time here. She's not carrying a match yet. That's all I'm saying. So I definitely see her teaming up against a veteran, possibly a former champion. So, Tiffany to me makes the most sense because they reminded us when Tiffany came back, Jade is the one who injured Tiffany or at least she got injured in the match with her. Whatever, at least storyline, they seem to be setting up that it's going to be Tiffany. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Definitely have a wait and see approach. But it was fun. But you know what was not fun? I thought about skipping the AJ versus Gunther match because I'm like, I don't want this to be AJ's last match, and if it is, I don't want to watch it, but at the same time, if it is, I don't want to miss it. So I sat through it knowing exactly what was going to happen and just hoping to God I was wrong, and I wasn't. And it's upsetting. I'm not even the biggest AJ Styles fan, I'll admit that. But still, I just feel like he deserved a better ending than this. Same with Cena. Like, fuck. It's just... And then, I'll be completely honest with you. Work kind of broke me yesterday. Just a little bit. And the cold doesn't help. I didn't sleep that well, but I woke up early to make sure I could catch up on SmackDown. And I'm gonna be honest, I fell asleep halfway through the Sammy and Drew match. I might, if they put it on YouTube, I'll find it and watch it. Listen, love Sammy, love Drew, both killers. I'm sure it was a banging match, but I felt like there were no real stakes. I think 95% of the audience knew Drew was gonna retain. I mean, he literally just won the title. You really gonna strip him, one match in? Come on. And then, I wake up to see, oh yeah, Matt Cardona made it. So I skipped, but I asked a friend what happened, and apparently, Braun got stomped. And so everyone is immediately speculating, definitely Seth Rollins come back to seek vengeance on the Vision, which would be a great build towards WrestleMania, and it's the most obvious thing. And there are a few people who are like, well, what if they're trying to trick us again? Because that's what they did with Austin. He came back and stomped, and then it was him. We were all thinking it was Seth. But I think this time, I don't think they're going to do that twice. It would be funny if they did. I think that would be great. But I doubt that. I think it really is Seth, and he's going to be there at WrestleMania versus one or more members of the Vision. We'll see how it plays out in the end, but I definitely... I'm interested to see how that happens. I'm sad that I missed the moment live. But one moment that I am glad I got to see, because you can go back to a previous video where I wrote it in the description, El Grande Americano returns, and we have El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano, and they were trying to unmask each other. That was fun, and I hope that's not the last time. Because, Chad Gable, such an underappreciated athlete, great storyteller in the ring, and we need to see more of him. He deserves a WrestleMania moment. So, hopefully something grows from this. I'm really excited to see what comes next. And then, of course, Gunther comes out. Actually, first let's talk about Powerhouse Hobbs, who is now, I already forgot his name. I'll get used to it, but for a few years he's been Powerhouse Hobbs. So that's all I know him as. Royce, it'll take some time to get used to the new name, but I will get used to it eventually. But yeah, Royce shows up, and I'm sitting there thinking, oh yeah, I see pride, I see power, I see a badass mother. If you don't know that reference, go watch a movie called Cool Runnings. It's really good, truly. Anyways, I'm glad to see Royce in the WWE. I'm excited to see what kind of storylines they have for him, if any. He's definitely the kind of guy they like. He's a big, meaty man. And this felt almost like a throwback Royal Rumble because there were a lot of big, meaty men slapping meats out here. We got to see a lot of power in this match. And then Gunther comes out, and it's the most disappointed I have ever been. Second most behind Logan. Because a few years ago, Logan came out number 30, and that was just like, well, fuck you for making me wait this long just to vomit on the TV. So Gunther is like the second worst number 30 I've ever seen. Just in my short lifetime. I'd be lying if I sat and watched that. Said, ugh, the words got jumbled. Sorry. I'd be lying if I said I've sat here and watched every single Royal Rumble that's ever existed. No, I haven't. But still, because especially I've been hearing rumors about Hobbs. I've been hearing rumors about LA Knight, and they were both there. So since I've also been hearing rumors about Jericho, I've been mostly dismissive of them, but I was still just hoping a little bit that I'd get to see him. And didn't happen. Instead, we get Gunther, who just retired AJ. And now, because he's number 30, strong chance of him winning. But you know what? There is good storytelling there, because I have spent like 80% of Roman's career hating his guts. It wasn't that long ago that he was still being booed every time he stepped in the ring. And now I'm sitting here cheering my ass off because, please, God, please, anyone but Gunther. I will take Roman any day of the week. Let Roman have another main event. He's giving us the bangers. Let the veteran have a shining moment. Fuck Gunther. So, you know what? I will credit them for that. They've done a good job building up Gunther for this heel run. It's weird to think that it's because, like, the two people who have done really well at that, Gunther and Mysterio, it's hard to believe that you can have a heel turn when you're already a fucking heel to begin with, but they pulled it off. So, good job them. So yeah, anyways, the post-show thing is on right now. Those are my only immediate thoughts. I am excited for Elimination Chamber and what happens next. Like I said, I'm still hopeful for Bianca to return, but if not, I'm calling it right now. Tiffany wins Elimination Chamber, Tiffany versus Jade. But if that doesn't happen, I don't know. Like, hopefully the Bellas make a run at the tag titles. Hopefully, we get to see some. I'd like to see personally that swerve of, oh my God, shocking, a title change on the road to WrestleMania. We've already started the path. How do we have a shocking title change and then Judgment Day implosion? Because we've already had. Finn seems to have issues. Is he gonna take a second face turn for the last run of his career? Possibly win a title and then get dethroned by fucking Gunther, because that's that felt really good. That really did. Anyways, I got some chicken in the oven and I gotta heat up some rice. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Were you upset, happy, disappointed, whatever? And what are you looking forward to in the next couple of months? So, till the next time you see my face, my name is Nathan Lyle. Hope you have a great day, week, month, year, however long it is till I upload again.